Well. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of strongman personal finance, how he worked at NASA, and how he's going to save a young accountant. At least I think he is young. And I think it's a he. Maybe it's a girl. And then I'll get in trouble if I'm emailing a girl. But maybe it's a girl. I don't know. And I'm going to tell you why I think you should not work for the government as an accountant. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. If you don't know who I am a shirtless man on YouTube, but I'm also a certified public accountant. That's right. I used to be in the military. I was an Army officer. That's how I paid for college. I got out of the military after 5 years, and I went to Afghanistan. I'm a hero. Came back from Afghanistan, got out of the military, moved to Germany with my ex-wife, got divorced, came back to the United States, worked at NASA, quit NASA, worked for public accounting, and now I'm here, married with 2 kids, sitting in my garage, shirtless. That's the story of Strongman, okay? I got this email from a fellow accountant. I think, like I said, I think he's young, and I think it's a guy. And he wants to know why I quit the government, okay? And I think this is an important thing to learn as a young, aspiring accountant. Because a lot of accountants, they start in public accounting, and they hate it, and it sucks. And I get it, but not really. I don't work for the Big Four. And I never will. And they need some guidance in their life. They need somebody to point them in the right direction. But one of the temptations in accounting is to work for the government. Why? Because the government's like, oh, you don't have to work crazy hours and it's easy and blah, blah, blah. And that's 100% true. But let's go ahead and read this email. And don't worry, I kept you anonymous, buddy boy. They won't know who you are. And if they do, I'll just delete this video. But I highly doubt it. Okay? So let's read this email, and I'm going to give you my opinion on what this young man, woman, old woman should do. Hello, strong man. That's right. See my freaking traps. I recently found your video, Best Government Agencies to Be an Accountant. Oh, God. Why did I make that video? And found what you said very compelling. Made me wonder when I saw your other video, A Day in the Life of a Certified CPA Working in Public Accounting Tax. And by the way, if you don't know, it's a joke. Okay, there's no such thing as a certified CPA. That's a joke from Jeremy Lefebvre. But apparently I can't talk about him anymore because I'm just talking about the same person over and over again, according to Spencer Cornelia. Whatever, Jeremy, you can just scam people whatever you want. It's fine. Which was surprising since you made it sound like government accounting was amazing. Okay, let's start here. So when I got out of the military, I didn't have any skills. I was an infantry officer. I knew how to do defense maneuver operations security management. That's the joke that I always say about the military. I didn't have any real world skills, and it was terrifying because I was like, man, what am I going to do when I get out of the military? And eventually I briefly became a financial advisor. Horrible scam. I quit that. And basically I was kind of adrift. I was like, man, I don't know what to do. And eventually I was like, you know what? I have the GI Bill. Maybe I could study accounting. Maybe I'll try accounting, And some people said it wasn't, you can't make a lot of money in accounting, blah, blah, blah. It's boring, blah, blah. But I said, hey, I like numbers. I'm an introvert. I don't like talking and socializing. Oh my God, socialize. I just want to, do something that involves numbers and involves finance. And lo and behold, I actually liked accounting. I liked it. But here's the drift, okay? I saw 2 options presented for me. I could work for public accounting, or because I was a veteran, I could work for the government, the federal government. And here's what sucked me into the federal government. I'd worked long hours in the military. Long freaking hours. Exhausting hours. I went to Afghanistan. I freaking deployed. It sucked. I hated the military. All I did was work, and I thought it was boring. Honestly, I think the military is kind of boring, okay? Everybody thinks it's exciting. Most of the military is just standing around. That's all you freaking do. It's boring, okay? There's like only a little bit of fun in the military. There are some fun points, but it gets boring. A lot of it's boring. But I had worked really hard, like long hours, exhausting hours. And I was like, man, do I really want to work hard and do public accounting? Like, do I really want to work crazy hours on tax season and auditing? And man, I could just join NASA or the government and get a steady paycheck and a pension and healthcare, and I don't have to work hard. And that's 100% true. So you know what I did? I actually had an internship to work for a firm in Fredericksburg, and they're actually here in this area too. I actually could maybe work for them one day if I wanted to, but probably not going to happen. And they were going to bring me down. I was going to be an intern, and then I probably would have got a job working in tax 4 or 5 years ago. I think this was 2017. And then I got accepted at NASA. That's right. I applied to NASA. I was like, you know what? I need a backup. I applied to NASA and I got the job offer. So I said, okay, I can work these crazy hours in tax or audit or whatever I'm going to do in public accounting in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Or I could move to Hampton, Virginia and work at NASA Langley. And oh my God, let's go look at the pay scale. So NASA actually has very good pay, extremely good pay, or relatively, okay? So here's the pay scale effective January 2022 for Virginia Beach, Norfolk, blah, 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 blah. Now at NASA, you actually automatically, if you're a good boy or girl, get promoted to GS 13. You just got to hang around. Doesn't matter how stupid you are, how much of a freaking moron you are. You'll just, as long as you check the box and you're a good boy and girl, blah, 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 you go to your diversity seminars, you can make GS 13. And right off the bat, you can do the easiest, stupidest, most worthless, skillless work possible. You can be an incompetent clown and you will be a GS 13. Now think about that, okay? You can make $100,000 a year, easy, right? You only work 40 hours a week. You don't have to work hard. Oh, it's a great, great deal, right? Well, there's also downsides to working for the government, okay? And honestly, like this is what I turned down. I was a GS 11 when I quit NASA. I was making like 65, and then I was about to get promoted to GS 12. I was going to make 80. And then a year later, I was going to get GS 13. So right now, I would have been a GS 13, probably making $98,000 a year at NASA. And instead, I make a lot less than that at my current job, which is in public accounting tax. But here's the thing. Number one, at NASA and the federal government, you have a bunch of lazy losers. Now, there are some people in NASA that are smart. There are. I'm not going to say they're all stupid. Jobs like this, however, attract lazy losers. And when you work with lazy losers, if you're an ambitious person, if you want to work hard and kick butt and be compensated for your hard work, you're not going to like the government, okay? Because it's a bunch of freaking lazy clowns. My first experience, so when I first joined NASA, I was a GS6. And back then, I think I made like $37,000 a year as a GS6. That was like my opening job. And I worked in this travel office, right? I did like travel authorizations. And there were GS13s they were maxed out on the scale, making 120 a year. And they didn't do anything. They didn't work. And here I was, a GS6. And back then, this is a 5, but back then it was about 36, 37,000. I was making $36, $37,000 as a GS6, doing all the freaking work. And it pissed me off because I said, why am I getting paid garbage doing all the work while these incompetent, lazy clowns that are GS13s get paid to do nothing and they can't be fired? And if you're an ambitious person, that's going to piss you off. And I quickly discovered I can make more money and I have unlimited potential if I quit the government and don't get sucked into that lazy loser lifestyle and start my own business. Because here's the thing with the government, right? If you want to be, you're going to be fine. Like you make $100,000 a year being a freaking loser, absolute loser. And you get a pension and you get health care. But look at the max you can make, $171,000 a year. That is the max you can make working for the government. And that's assuming you don't get diversitied and somebody else gets promoted above you. And yeah, that does happen in the government, okay? And you think I'm the kingpin of diversity? You think I would be the preferred person that would get promoted at NASA? Okay, so I could stay at the government and maybe, best case scenario, get to GS 15, step 10, and make $171,000 a year, which is great money, right? But what if I started my own tax practice? Number one, I wouldn't have to listen to a single freaking lazy loser incompetent clown in the government. And I'm telling you, when you work for clowns that are lazy and incompetent and you can't do anything about it and they're going to get paid more than you no matter what, it's frustrating. Okay. I was making $36,000 a year as a GS6. I was like, well, as long as I stay around in NASA, I'm going to be a GS13. Then I'll make $100,000 a year. It sucked because these people were stupid clowns. And it doesn't matter how incompetent they are. They get their check. But in the real world, in the non-government world, where people actually like pay the taxes to support these freaking clowns, you can actually make infinite money if you are good enough, if you are competent enough. If you just want to be a lazy clown and make a good living, join the government, okay? But if you want to make $400,000, $500,000, $800,000, $1 million a year, do not join the government. And that was my mistake. I had thought back to my military career, and I said, man, I really hate this government job where lazy clowns are able to flourish or be fine because we all get the same paycheck. And then I was dumb enough to take a job in the government where lazy clowns are able to succeed because I was lazy. And I freaking paid the price because now I'm 33. My life's over with. I'm 33, and now I got to start from scratch to build my business. When I could have started this when I was 28. I had an offer to go and work at a public accounting firm, and I would have had 5 years of experience under my belt at this point. And I could have already started my own tax practice because I would have had 5 freaking years of experience. But now I got to work and get experience in public accounting, get good at bookkeeping, get good at tax preparation, and learn the business before I can strike out on my own. So I spent 5 years, 4 years, 4.5, 5 years, wasting my time working for the government. But if you don't care, if you really don't care, working for clowns, if you're happy with a decent paycheck, I mean, look, I could literally be making 98, 100K a year right now, 40 hours a week, no tax season, great benefits, pension. I could be having all that right now. And if that's what you want, and you want to work with the laziest people on the planet, that there's no incentive to work hard because you get GS13 automatically, at least at NASA, then go ahead and do it. But if you want to be your own man or woman, and you don't want to be beholden to freaking psychos, because there's a lot of psychos that are in the government. Trust me, and they don't suffer any consequences because they're a preferred class and they work in the government. If you don't want to deal with that and you want unlimited potential, public accounting, get the skills, start your own business. And you don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to listen to incompetent morons or deal with incompetent morons. You know, if I had my own tax practice and some clown, well, Christopher, you need to deduct this and not deduct that, and you need to give me, I'd be like, get out of my face, you freaking loser. And guess what? Nothing would happen. Because I learned the second it clicked with me was when I started like a tutoring as a side gig. So I was like, you know what? I'm a GS. I was probably like a GS9 or something like that. I was like, man, I make 55. Like, yeah, I can wait. Eventually I'll be a 13. And then I'll get my 100K a year, blah, 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 and be lazy freaking loser. But I was like, man, maybe I could do some side money. Okay. So I started tutoring on this website called Wyzant. And then all of a sudden I realized that if I put an hour of work in, I got $50. Or I think I was charging $50 back then. And if I put 2 hours, I got $100. I was directly rewarded for my hard work tutoring. And my business actually was doing freaking awesome before I stopped it to focus on public accounting. I got to the point where I was just client. I was tutoring people like crazy, teaching them accounting. And I was directly rewarded for my hard work. I was making $2-3 grand a month right before when my business really started to kick off. And I was doing pretty freaking well. That's pretty good for a side gig, 2-3 grand a month. I was crushing it. Okay. And I quickly realized if I start my own business, I can get rewarded for my hard work. If you work for the government, you're not really rewarded for hard work. You're automatically promoted. Doesn't matter how incompetent you are. And to get GS 14 or 15, trust me, you better be diverse, okay? I mean, I'm not saying if you're not diverse, you can still get promoted, okay? Obviously, like I didn't get non-promoted because of that. But trust me, the government has quotas. And if you're not the preferred type, It's going to be harder. And it would burn if you're an ambitious person and somebody else got promoted because they were more diverse than you. That would probably piss you off. And I said, oh, I can strike out and start my own business and make infinitely more money and not have to like live with the shame of potentially not getting promoted because I didn't fluff a boss or I wasn't diverse enough. And that's what I decided to do. So yes, I quit the government. I threw a 100K salary in the trash. I make decent money, but I don't make 100K. And I don't have a pension, which I guess we can talk about that in a second. Let's keep reading the article. Okay. I'm currently working in public accounting, first year audit, and wanted to get your opinion. At first, I was thinking of putting my time at my current firm and then switching to the government. But after seeing your second video, thinking that maybe switching to a tax service line would be more manageable. Also, if I do, well, okay, we'll stop there. I don't know jack about audit. Okay. I never liked audit. When I took the CPA exam, I hated it. I was like, this is bad. Audit. Yeah. I didn't like audit. Okay. I thought it was boring. Hello, sir. Yeah. Where's your invoice? Invoice number 5,600. You failed the audit. I don't like it. Okay. And I don't understand it. I don't care about it. It doesn't mean audit's a bad thing. But I sit there and I think, what is the best way? If you wanted to be self-employed and start your own business, what would be the best way to do it? And it's, God, there's like people screaming in there. What is going on? If you want to be self-employed and start your own business, I think, to me, it sounds like tax is the better way to do it. Bookkeeping, tax, that's the way to do it. Audit, it seems to me, that's a way to always stay in public accounting and work for another firm. I mean, I guess you could start your own audit practice. I don't know, but it sounds like you would just either stay in audit or you jump over to a corporation, once you get enough experience. Because, audit obviously exposes you to like financial accounting and internal controls and all that crap. So, in my opinion, I think tax is better to be self-employed. I can start my own tax practice. Hey, neighbor, you need your taxes done. Everybody needs their taxes done. Literally everybody. Even if you make under the standard deduction, if you have withholdings, you want your refund, you better do a freaking tax return. Everybody needs their taxes done. Basically, every mom and pop shop needs their bookkeeping done. Okay, you need freaking bookkeeping. And you can combine those together. You can have bookkeeping, and then you do their books all year, and then you prepare their tax return with their books. And their tax return would be easy because you've done the books, and you just plug it in the tax form, and boom, you're done. That seems to be like that. If you want to be self-employed, that's the best way to do it. But like I said, I don't know. Maybe you can do an audit self-employed. I don't really know. I'm not an expert at audit. I hate audit. But it's really about it's what you want. But yeah, like I made the mistake. I worked for the government because I was honestly just lazy. I was like, man, what do I have to work hard? I could just get a check. And then I realized what a prison the government was because I think highly of myself and I want better for myself. And I think I'm capable of providing real goods and services to people. And I think I should be rewarded for my hard work. And every hour that I put in, I get compensated for it. Every YouTube video I make, I get paid for it. Every tutoring session I do, I get paid for it. Everything I do, I'm directly compensated for that. What do you get in the government? You can work your butt off and it doesn't matter. You're not diverse, buddy. Sorry. You're not going to be a GS-14. No, I'm not doing that. And if you don't want to live that life, I mean, maybe you're diverse. I don't know. I'm saying you could take advantage of it and be a GS-15, whatever. Good for you. But if you don't want that, guess what? Government may not be the thing for you, okay? And you also work with a bunch of freaking clowns. And like I said, there are some good people in NASA, okay? The vast majority are not. Bunch of freaking losers. Oh, well, I make so much money. Good. You got lucky and got a freaking job at NASA. Once you get in, as long as you know how to get on your knees and fluff the diversity gods and you don't question anything and you're just a good little boy, you can just do whatever you want and you get promoted and you make a decent paycheck. It's a joke. It's a joke. And of course, they're living off taxpayers. Oh, we're so amazing. We're going to save the world. NASA's a joke. What has NASA done recently? Freaking nothing. They were good like 70 years ago, 60 years ago. Also, if I do join the government, do they require me to retire at a certain time? I don't know if they require you to retire. There's so many clowns that don't do anything. They just hang around the government because they're getting their GS-13 salary, being freaking losers. Oh, I'm getting my check and I'm maxed out. I'm gonna make my pension better. Blah 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 blah. And they just hang around like bumps in a log and they don't do anything. And they get paid. So I don't think you have to retire. I don't know. I've seen some old freaking people in the government. Well, thinking if I go to the government route to stay 50 years so I can get a decent pension. Okay, when it comes to pensions, look, what are pensions? It's basically you put money into the system, you put money into a collective fund, and then they pay you. They promise to pay you out in the future. What is that fund investing in? Stocks and bonds, I hope. Maybe some real private equity. I don't know. You could do that yourself. If you start your own firm and make $500,000 a year, oh, guess what? You can save 400,000 of it a year, and you can put that in the total world index fund, and you'll be better off than some stupid NASA pension. Okay. And I say NASA, I mean, just that's a proxy for the government. Okay. You could do better. And I realized that. I said, man, look, I'm almost making as much doing this tutoring thing as I do at NASA. And when I tutor, guess what? I get directly rewarded for my hard work. You can start your own pitch. I have my own 401k. I have a solo 401k for my business. I just put 10 grand in there at the end of last year. What do I need NASA for? I max out my Roth IRAs. I put money in my solo 401k. I'm going to have plenty of money in retirement. I'm going to be a multimillionaire in retirement, guaranteed. And I don't need to work for NASA. Oh, please. Oh, so amazing. Yeah. Oh, you don't work at all. My boss doesn't work at all. And I have to fluff him or her because if I don't, then I'll get in trouble. But that's okay because I'll get my pension in 50 years. What a nightmare. Oh, I hate it. Uh-oh. I think my kids are getting in trouble. All right. Just want to know if that was Paul. Okay, look, if you want to get a nice paycheck and you want a pension and you want health care and you're able to put up with the depressing, lazy culture of the government, by all means, do it. But if you're ambitious and you want to start your own business and you want to be your own man or woman, stay away from the government. It's a wasted. I wasted 4 years working for that clown show because I wanted my GS $1,300,000 paycheck for doing nothing. It's a freaking joke. If you had answered this question in previous videos, sorry for missing. Hard to search your back catalog when you talk about your career. Do I even have a career? I just do I've done so much. Thanks for your time, wisdom, and content. Thank you very much, sir. That was a great video topic. All right, let's do some comments. Let's see. Oh, my God. Kid Freshie Personal Finance. Look at the first comment. Congratulations. Second comment. Congratulations. Strongman, I was stationed at Fort Wainwright. Can you believe the disrespect? Ew. I was at Fort Hood, bro. It was nice and warm. You should take it easy on Jeremy. That's right. I mean, I've made so many videos about him. But if I stop talking about him, it's a dead channel. I have nothing else to talk about besides Jeremy Lefebvre. I don't have any skills. Maybe I'll just start pumping Tesla. Maybe that's what I'll do. Which would be better for the channel? Tattoo Chef bankruptcy or Tesla under 50? Tesla's the bigger clown stock. Okay. Obviously, Tattooed Chef is popular with Jeremy. And when I make a Tattooed Chef video, I get a lot of views. But Tesla is the true grifter stock. Okay. A lot of these scammers on YouTube are living off Tesla. If Tesla collapses, a lot of these clowns will, oh no, they won't get in trouble. They'll make more money. That's how it works. Jeremy financial education as a NASA. I could totally see it. Well, he's too dumb to be an engineer, but dude, I'm telling you, the laziest people on the planet work at the government. I'm not joking. They're scum. Well, most of them are. Make a video on Chris Norland, Plane Survivor, not being a nerd. Oh, don't worry. I'll cover Chris Norland. Chris Norland going to start cursing more now. People are telling me he's so. Oh yeah, he's a hip symbol of coolness. He's such a clown. Why would you give up 90 plus a year? I gave up 100 grand a year because you know why? I'm going to make way more. Oh, as a matter of fact, on my most recent taxes, I made about 100 grand a year. And I didn't have to fluff any NASA schlongs. 90K ain't nothing, bro. You don't live comfortable until you're making you do need, if you have 2 kids in a house, yeah, you need a decent amount of money, okay? Once I pay off that stupid car, though, and I get these freaking kids out of my house, 90K a year would be fine. Let's see. I thought about switching careers to accounting. Do I need a degree or what is the best way to start? You need a degree. You need a degree. I mean, you could volunteer as like a tax preparer. I think it's called Vita or whatever. I never did that crap, but I mean, there's ways you can kind of like get introduced to it, but you need to start studying for a degree. This guy is a complete fraud and hypocrite. Yeah, that's right. I'm a fraud. I invoice my clients 4 times more than you. Happy to give you some advice. Hilarious what you consider success. Kid Freshie. You don't have clients, you clown. Let's see. But strongman, it is more difficult for people from diversity to get in these. They don't have the same. You talk about privilege position. No, dude. They specifically hire diverse people. Trust me. Every new person that came in after me, the only reason I got into NASA was because I was a veteran. Trust me, every single freaking person that was hired after me was diverse, as they call it. Trust me. Uh-oh. Alan's getting in trouble. He preaches index investing, but tries to get people to pay him to teach financial statement analysis as if they can beat the index if they have a basic understanding of financial statements. When did I ever say you could beat the index? When did I ever say that? I'm a certified public accountant teaching accounting. I had a tutoring business before I went on YouTube. And guess what I did? I taught accounting. That's what I'm doing, clown. Would I ever say you could beat the index? Oh, he's such a fraud. He's just a CPA. But Jeremy, he's a gas station manager. Strongman, you got it all wrong. Look at all the pros of being one of Biden's new IRS. You get to carry a boomstick when no one else will be allowed to own one. You'll be in cahoots with the ruling authoritarians. You will have the government print your ton of money and pensions. You got to. I'm telling you. Okay, if you don't have any ambitions, yes, if you like working for the man and all the diversity crap and the favoritism and the stupidity of the people that work, I can't explain how lazy these people are. Some are not. The vast majority are. If that's fine with you, go work for the government. 100% guaranteed. If you want to be directly rewarded for your hard work and you want to potentially make more, because you cap out at 171, that's good money. But oh, trust me, you start your own tax practice, you can make way more money than that. And you don't have to answer to anybody. It's all about freedom. Freedom. Because even at the government, you make $171,000 a year, right? You piss off your boss, you get in trouble, you're fired. And then guess what? You got no skills. You work for the government. What skills do you have? Nothing. What happens if AI takes it? Trust me, AI is not taking over accounting. Accountants are the most useless people on earth. Just get tax software, bro. It's easy, bro. Okay, you know what? You go ask somebody with a multi-million-dollar business, buying all sorts of stuff, operating in multiple states. Oh yeah, just get tax software, bro. It's easy. Your personal income is pretty much directly correlated to socioeconomic status of your parents. People from diverse backgrounds are often starting from more difficult circumstances. I mean, that's true for a lot of. I'm not going to deny that. What I'm saying is that these people get freaking promoted, or they get hired because of their characteristics, and then they have a better shot at getting promoted. Every single GS 14 and 15 position that I saw getting filled, there was a certain type of person. I said, okay, so I could stay in the government, right? And potentially never get a supervisor job because I don't know, I'm trash, I'm scum. Or I could, I don't know, start my own business and it doesn't matter if I'm diverse or not. I could make as much money as I wanted to. That's what I did. I mean, it doesn't matter. To me, it's like either I stay there and get a decent salary but never succeed, or I could start my own business. Chat GBT will be doing everyone's taxes, but you've always got your book and family channel to fall back. Chat GBT doing your taxes. That's pretty funny. Okay. You know what? Obviously, Kid Freshie, you know so much. Let's see. I'm a CPA with 18 years of experience. You're 100%. I have my own small firm and invest 60% of the earnings in market. Guess what? Exactly. You don't need a pension. And NASA was taking 4.5% of my paycheck to put in the pension. I'm like, give me the 4.5%. I'll put it in VT. And I bet you this guy's making freaking bank. I bet you he's making more than some incompetent clown loser idiot at NASA. I hate NASA. And guess what? I can make fun of it because I don't work anymore. You're all losers. You should send an invitation to Spencer. Best live. Confront him now. He is not a coward like Jeremy. I don't know. Should I? He won't come on here. I love you. I love you too. I have my phone now, Cole. You can text me. Obviously, you know that. Government is the biggest grift ever. Tax people above a certain level is just that. People are just too stupid. I'd be fine with the 3%. Dude, the government workers are the biggest freaking losers in the planet. Ever. I am not joking. But you know what? Nobody believes anything I say. They all believe the clowns, which is fine. Sean Boy Finance. Strongman, you're a good family man and a very sound finance guy. I appreciate your transparent honesty and fairness when analyzing companies and clown. Thank you very much. That is a very nice comment. Okay? I don't get that much. I'm just trolling with the pro-diverse. It's fine. I mean, like, you know what? If the government wants to be diverse, okay. But that doesn't mean you have to work for them. Transparency. He hit his tattooed chef in ARC. Yes. I'm just all in tattooed chef in ARC. That's right. Why do you have a boiler in? Yeah, this is my bedroom. Yeah. Tax software doesn't work when you have incompetent people inputting. Trust me. I mean, like, I'm a licensed CPA. I have a master's in accounting. I have a bachelor's in accounting. I have a tax season under my belt. I'm on a second tax season now, and I'm still learning a ton of stuff. It is so easy to mess up your taxes. It's unbelievable. I mean, if you have like a W-2, okay, whatever, put your W-2 in the tax software. Oh, you got some mortgage interest, Schedule A, blah, 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 standard itemized deduction. Okay, that's maybe you don't need a CPA. But if you have your own business, yes, you need an accountant. 100%, because you will screw it up. And then you get to like, you make income from multiple states and you got employees. Oh my God. You just trust me. Okay. It'll be one of the first jobs to be automated with it. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, let me have ChatGPT do my multi-state corporate tax return. I'm sure ChatGPT will get it right. Let's see. Just got back from the protologist. He said, you clap my cheeks too hard. It needs to be operated on. Hey, I'm a doctor too. I mean, I can just claim whatever I want on YouTube, right? I'm a doctor. Yeah. I can help you out. Yes, I'm making more than... Exactly. Okay, this is a hardworking man right here. Okay? He doesn't have to work for the government. He can make bank. He doesn't have to fluff anybody. Guess what? If you don't like a client, you can just tell him to buzz off. Get out of here, loser. That's such a great feeling. I used to do that when I was tutoring, man. Like, somebody was like, you need to do that. I'm like, get out of here, you idiot. Can you say that at NASA? No, you can't. Oh yeah, supervisor. Oh, you're so amazing. Shawman, should I file to be taxed as an S corp to save on self-employment taxes? That is a specific question that I cannot answer. But you also have to, you know, when you're an S corp, you have to pay yourself a reasonable wage, right? So there's a lot that goes into it. Go talk to a CPA. Maybe it depends on how much you make. It depends how much your reasonable compensation is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, with an S corporation, you can save on self-employment tax, but you got to do it the right way. And now you got to deal with payroll. You got to pay yourself a salary, blah, 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 blah. It's a freaking pain, okay? Let's see. Imagine having to not be racist in the workplace. What a nightmare. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I just wanted to say a bunch of racial slurs, and they didn't let me, and I quit NASA. That's why. 60% of net after taxes are paid. Woo, baby. What is your favorite stock to buy for the U.S. invasion of this guy? You know, I think my dad went to Panama. Let's see. Teaching accounting is the same thing as Jeremy. Yeah, it's the same thing, bro. I mean, when I tutored on Wyzant, that wasn't a grift. But when I offer my services on YouTube, now it's a grift. Oh. Let's see. Real business people managing multi-million-dollar. Guess who is their best friend? The CPA. Some good clients become even close friends. Yeah, but no, dude. ChatGPT is going to help this multi-million-dollar business with multi-state taxes. They'll work it out. Don't worry. And ChatGPT will, if you're an S corp, they'll help you work out reasonable compensation. You know, they'll calculate your basis prop. They'll take care of it all. Okay, you don't need an accountant. No, if somebody says you don't need an accountant, you're a freaking moron. It's probably the same people that say, oh, you need a financial advisor like Jeremy, but you don't need an accountant. ChatGPT. What do you tell family who want to do their taxes for them or help them? Well, my sister want me to do her taxes. Like, yeah, pay me $50. And then she's like, oh, well, my accountant charges $50. I'm like, really? Go with them. That's cheap, man. Let's see. I think Strongman talked about efficient markets in the context of index fund bubble. I will be talking about this with Jay Noggets. You should. Okay. But you know what? No matter what I do, okay, if I look at a financial statement, if I look at an income statement, if I look at a statement of cash flows, and I see negative operating cash flows, apparently I'm not allowed to comment on that. And apparently it violates the efficient market hypothesis. And apparently I'm hypocritical because I look at a clown stock and call it a clown stock. Okay. Let's see. Grift or be grifted. What's the title of the video? Let's see. He's free to teach accounting. On September 6th, though, he literally said he'd help you pick stocks to beat the index. That's a fact. Did I say I will help you pick stocks to beat the index? If I said that, trust me, I don't remember saying that. And I don't think I would have said something like that. But you know what, Kid Freshie? Post the link in this video, in a comment, post the timestamp, and I will react to it. If it's legit. If it's stupid, I'm not going to do it. What software do you use? Well, we use ProConnect. I've used UltraTax and I've used ProConnect. That's it. And ChatGPT, apparently. All right, guys, that's it. Yeah, if you want to be self-employed, don't work for the government. Don't be lazy. Don't be a clown because you're going to work with a bunch of clowns. If you don't care, okay, do whatever you want. All right, that's it. Cheers.